Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno, and welcome to Don Bosco Prep High School for this week's edition of NJ Sports Media on the Sidelines. Last weekend, the first round of the New Jersey State playoffs, and some big wins registered by both Don Bosco Prep and Bergen Catholic. The Ironmen with a tough game in the first half against St. Augustine Prep from South Jersey, but they prevailed in the second half with some big defensive plays. Let's pick up the action of the first round game between the Ironmen and St. Augustine Prep. Pick it up in the first quarter, a tough defensive first period of football. The defense scores for Bosco. Zach Chaconis picks it off and takes it in 20 yards out, a 20-yard pick six. Extra point good. Ironmen lead it by the score of 7-0. In the second quarter, the Hermits tie it. Lamont Harris caps off a long drive for St. Augustine Prep with a 2-yard touchdown run. We are tied at 7. Bosco with a big play then going to the air. Wesley McCoy going up top finds R.J. Trimble Edwards, who makes the catch. He takes it 76 yards for the Ironman touchdown. Bosco takes the lead. They're up 14-7. Third quarter, Malik Backer, the first of 3 rushing TDs for the Ironmen. This one from 3 yards out, and Bosco pads its lead. They're now up by 2 scores. It's 21-7. Then Wes McCoy doing what he does best. Tucks the football away and takes off. 35-yard touchdown run. The Ironmen are up by 3 scores. It's 28-7. The Hermits climb back in. Jose Tabera, a 60-yard touchdown pass to Lamont Harris, cuts the deficit to 2 touchdowns. 28-14, Bosco on top. And in the fourth quarter, Malik Backer again, a 3-yard touchdown run. Ironmen go up 35-14. With the score, 35-21, the Hermits driving. Kevin Brennan intercepts and takes it to the house. He returns it for a 94-yard pick six touchdown. Don Bosco Prep goes on to win it 42-21. So the Ironmen now 7-2 on the season. Next up, Paramus Catholic coming up this weekend. The game will be played at PC, 2 o'clock kick on Saturday afternoon. The first time these two teams played, it was a terrific ball game, with Paramus Catholic winning 21-14 in the regular season. The story here, of course, for the Ironmen has to be their defense. They'll need to play well against that high-scoring Paramus Catholic offense. And also, ball control. Bosco looking to keep the ball on the ground, long possessions. They'll need a big game from their running back, Malik Backer, who has over 650 yards rushing on the season, averaging 5.8 yards per carry, and they'll need every bit of that 5.8 yards per carry in this game against Paramus Catholic. Talked about Bosco's defense. Can they slow down the Paladins' offense? Willie Hansen has accounted for over 1,700 yards of total offense and 22 touchdowns this year from the quarterback position, and he has 3 excellent wide receivers. Marquise Spence, 42 receptions on the year. Also, Najee Clayton with 27 and Donald Stewart with 28. This should be a whale of a ball game. Paramus Catholic and Bosco coming up this weekend. The other game last week in non-public Group 4, Bergen Catholic in their first round game going up against Paul VI. The Crusaders certainly have turned things around after a tough early season start, and they went into this game with a 6-2 record. And Bergen Catholic has received a nice contribution from Corey Garn at the quarterback position after Jarrett Guarantano was injured earlier this season. We pick it up with the Crusaders exploding in the first quarter for 21 points. Emmanuel Apia, a 12-yard touchdown run, takes it in. The Crusaders did all their damage on the ground in this one. They go up by the score of 7-0. Then Kyle Ellerson with a 13-yard touchdown scamper. He takes it into the end zone. Bergen Catholic up by 2 scores. It's 14-0. Corey Russo's had a terrific season from the tailback position for BC. Here's the first of 3 touchdowns in the game. This one from 4 yards out. Bergen Catholic goes into the second quarter, leading 21-0. And Russo with a longer touchdown run this time. Gets a good block at the point of attack. Takes off. 36-yard touchdown run. BC goes up 28-0. Paul VI answers. Matt Vitelli, their outstanding quarterback, hooks up with Stephon Moore Green, a 50-yard touchdown pass. And then later on, he finds Irvin Charles for a 19-yard touchdown strike, and they close the gap. It's 28-14. But in the second half, the third quarter, Bergen Catholic, a carbon copy of the first quarter. Corey Russo, another long touchdown run. 22 yards on this touchdown, 35-14, Bergen Catholic. Kyle Ellerson, his second of the game. This time a 20-yard touchdown run. He takes it in. The Crusaders are cruising. They're up 42-14. And finally, Corey Garn from the quarterback position, who's done such an outstanding job taking over, as we said, for Jarrett Guarantano, both on the ground and through the air. This time on the ground, 30-yard touchdown run, 49-14. Bergen Catholic goes on to win it 49-20. So the Crusaders 8-2 now on the season. They'll take on St. Peter's Saturday night, 7 p.m. at Caven Point in Jersey City. First time these two teams played, it was all St. Peter's Prep, 49-20 in the regular season, in a nationally televised game that was seen on ESPN. Bergen Catholic will need a solid performance, obviously, from Corey Russo, who's done it so far this year, over 770 yards and 14 touchdowns. But St. Peter's Prep, awfully talented. Their Notre Dame-bound quarterback, Brandon Wimbush. Are you ready for these stats? Brace yourself. 77% completion percentage, 22 touchdowns, 1 interception on the season. Those are mind-boggling numbers, and he's got a tremendous target to throw to. Minka Fitzpatrick, who is committed to Alabama with 900 total yards of offense and also 12 touchdowns through the air. He's averaging 26 yards per reception. St. Peter's Prep will be a favorite in this game against Bergen Catholic. Again, kickoff is Saturday night at 7 p.m. Another big playoff game to be played in public. Group 5, North Jersey. Montclair, the Mounties, the number 1 seed, taking on the Hackensack Comets, the number 5 seed. Both teams go into this game 8-1. Kickoff Saturday at 1 p.m. at Montclair High School. And both teams won big last week. Hackensack defeating North Bergen 27, and Montclair over Livingston 40-6. The Mounties have an 8-game win streak going into this game, and the Comets are playing well. Also, 5 straight victories. Their only loss this year to Passaic Tech. Hackensack trying to get to its first sectional final in 6 years, and they'll need a big defensive effort from their outstanding linebacker, Mike Sanchez, one of the tops in northern New Jersey, but he'll have his hands full trying to deal with Boston College-bound quarterback Elijah Robinson for Montclair. Listen to these numbers. 2,700 yards of total offense, accounting for 35 touchdowns for Montclair. Montclair figures to be the favorite in this one, and they should advance to the sectional final. Waldwick Midland Park, the number 1 seed in North Jersey Group 2, undefeated on the season, taking on 9-1 Pequannock Friday night at Waldwick High School. Pequannock defeated Elmwood Park last week 21-20 in the last 5 minutes of the game. Waldwick 32-14 over North Warren. The Warriors looking to get to their second sectional final, and they'll keep it on the ground as they usually do in this one. Tyree Lee, Ron Crewis, and Jeremy Zalkis, outstanding trio of running backs, going up against a Pequannock team that features an outstanding passing game. Tim Horgan to Mike DeSanzo, who made a diving catch to give them the win over Elmwood Park. Pequannock, pretty tough team coming out of Morris County. I like Waldwick, though, to advance to the sectional final. And finally, Colonia, the Patriots, 10-0 on the year, their best record in school history. It matches the season they had in 1975. They tied that record. They were 10-0 in 1975 as well. If they win this week, they will have the best record in school history. They defeated Scotch Plains last week. They'll play JFK Island, a rival of theirs in the Greater Middlesex Conference, coming up this weekend in the playoffs. The teams met on September 19th. Colonia won 26-7. And Colonia has been getting great contributions, of course, from Sam Pirro, who had 146 yards and 4 touchdowns last week against Scotch Plains. Pharaoh Napoleon did not play last week. Their outstanding wide receiver, but he is ready to go this week against JFK. Colonia, what a marvelous season it's been for the Patriots, and they look to get to the sectional final. I believe they will do so this week against JFK Island. All the games we just previewed, we'll have highlights of every single one of them next week right here on NJ Sports Media on the Sidelines. Reporting here from a frosty Don Bosco Prep, Lou Brogno. We'll see you next week as we preview Thanksgiving Day games and take a look back at the semifinals in the New Jersey playoffs. That's coming up next week on NJ Sports Media on the Sidelines.